Dolly Jean. I have heard you and others explain the role of case supervisors and how they oversee the auditor's sessions to make sure there are no errors made and everything is done on source, using standard tech, etc. I have also heard there are what are called field auditors who offer services on their own, separate from the church, though except for some special cases, are supposed to charge the same rates so as not to undercut them. If they audit parishioners, is there no case supervisor who checks in after each session, or is everything completely in the hands of the field auditor? Is this a common practice, and how does the church feel about it in general? I appreciate any thoughts you have on this. Oh yeah, field auditors are part of the whole system of Scientology. They've managed to do away with almost every field auditor, just like they've managed to do away with almost every Scientology mission. Since the 80s, these things have been on a steady decline. I talked in earlier videos about the fact that auditors are practically a extinct race or species in Scientology, because that's Miscavige, what Miscavige wants. He doesn't want auditors around. He doesn't want that kind of thing going on. And so they've made it very, very, very difficult to become an auditor in Scientology. But there are still some around, and within the rules and policies of Scientology, you can train as an auditor, and you can go out on your own bat, and you can audit people. And the policies are you either charge nothing, or you charge as much as or more than your local organization, because you can't undercut, like you said in the question. And field auditors are often trained as case supervisors, and they do their own case supervising, which is, risky. Hubbard says not to do it. You're supposed to have two people so you have an objective look at the case, not the auditors, right? Because the auditor's kind of too close to the case, but you can do it. And also, the other option that field auditors have, if they're close to an org, because some of these guys are out in, Montana and stuff, right? But some of them will pay their local church for case supervising time, and they pay by the hour for that. And I think it's like $300 or $400 or something. That's what it was back in the day. I don't know. It's probably more now. But they'll take the folders of their pre-clears into the org, and they'll have the case supervisor at the org do the CSing for them. So that's how they get direction on what to do with the case and whatnot. And they also pay the local church for any correction that they need if they screw up, make mistakes. If the case supervisor looks over the case and says, oh yeah, no, you didn't run this process right, they'll write a correction, a cramming order on the person, and the field auditor will then get it and have to pay the org for the correction that he gets. And that's usually charged by the hour or by the day, depending on how much correction there is to do. And if the guy screws up really bad, he might end up having to do what's called a retread of a course, where he's got to redo in the classroom. He's got to go back and redo sections of his training because he screwed up so bad. Or if he really screws up after that, he might end up on a retrain where he has to do the entire course again from beginning to end. So that's some of the risks a field auditor takes if he's using his local church for his case administration services. But that's basically how that works. And the church would encourage that kind of activity. At least they're supposed to. Sometimes field auditors, sometimes because the orgs are doing so badly, that they don't even have anybody getting any auditing, or they only have one or two people, they would consider that the field auditors are competition, and so they don't like them, right? I've seen that kind of attitude towards them, but they're supposed to service those field auditors and help them out.